What's good, man? Josh here. I'm on the road right now. Let me get off the road. About to head to the gym. But yeah, so this video basically talks about like how you are literally manifesting everything you tell yourself, and like why relationships in 2023 are like terrible and so bad. So look at it like this, right? Okay, let me turn on my car for y'all. So, all right, look at it like this, right? I want you to look at how you talk to yourself, right? How you treat yourself, how you view yourself, and I want you to look at your life, and I want you to tell me if everything you say about yourself and everything you believe about yourself is reciprocating in your reality. All right, and what do I mean? A lot of y'all talk down on yourself. You tell yourself you're fat. You tell yourself you're ugly. You tell yourselves you're stupid. You tell yourselves, you don't give yourself any credit. You don't say you're smart. You don't say you're attractive. You don't say you're beautiful. And a lot of you know where this shit comes from? This shit comes from childhood. This shit comes from childhood because you know how tough childhood was. And childhood was rough. Everybody was making fun of each other because there was these normal standards in the world and you had to adjust to the normal standards. So people called you fat. People said you're only good because you're doing this. You're only good because you're doing that. You're not smart. You're ugly. Meanwhile, no, it's not true. First of all, children are idiots. Second of all, we live in a fucked up world. So everybody is just projecting their pain onto one another. So all those things about you that they're said, it's not true. It's projection. Everybody's projecting their insecurities, because if you really feel joy and you really feel happiness, you're not calling nobody fat. You're not calling nobody stupid, ugly. You have nothing but positivity to give to people because it's what you feel. You project how you feel onto the reality, right? So a lot of y'all have started to believe these. People called you fat, ugly, blah, blah, blah. A lot of y'all started to believe these things. So in your mind, you have painted a fat, ugly person. You have painted, so you call yourself, you say I'm fat, you say I'm ugly, and in your mind, you have painted a fat, ugly person. So what the hell you think is going to be your reality? You're going to be fat and ugly. And I'm not saying this, I'm not coming at people, but y'all get what I'm talking about, right? You're going to be an ugly person. You're not going to be confident. How the hell you expect to be a confident person, to be in an amazing relationship, to be loved if you have never loved yourself? How? That's like me telling the world my name is Greeky and I want people to call me Jude. It doesn't work. Who are you telling the world you are? Who are you telling yourself you are? That is what you're gonna get. That's what you're gonna get in this reality. Who the fuck are you seeing? Who are you telling yourself you are? It's what's gonna reflect in your relationship, yo. A lot of y'all, you're in a relationship where the man is toxic and he's making fun of you. He's bad to you, and you might have went through this in childhood trauma. It might have happened in your home, and you thought this is what you're worth. You thought this is what you deserve. So now, when it's time for a good guy to enter your life, subconsciously you push him away, because we're humans. We constantly create, yo. We're always creating. So we create what we're familiar with. So if you have told yourself, and it's not even your fault you had to go through all these traumas. That's the fucked up thing about it, is it's not even your fault. You know, we were put into this hard world. It's not your fault you had to go through these traumas. It's not your fault nobody told you to love yourself. It's not your fault nobody told you you don't deserve to be hurt all the time. But you can't think you deserve, you subconsciously you think you deserve pain. It's what you are, it's what you are familiar with. It's literally what you're familiar with. You're familiar with being called a fat ass. So you call yourself a fat ass. Even though there's something else in you that has the best body ever. You call yourself a dumbass. Meanwhile, you smart as hell. But you have chose to believe all these false beliefs. And you wonder why your boyfriend treats you like shit. You wonder why your girlfriend treats you like shit. Because all your life, all you've done is treat yourself like shit. All you've done is talk to yourself like shit. You never give yourself any praise. You never told yourself you love yourself. You always pick everybody else over you. You don't love you never say good things about yourself. You never say you're smart. So what the hell are you gonna you think you're gonna get somebody who's gonna love you, who gonna say you smart? You think you're gonna get somebody to do all these things you couldn't do for yourself? Do you know how much pressure you're putting on them? Now you're gonna start getting mad at them when they don't do it. Because you don't have nothing to offer to yourself. So it's like, yo, y'all literally have to go and reprogram your brain. Y'all gotta start like visualizing a beautiful person in your mind. A beautiful, rich, amazing person. You gotta start visualizing that shit. You gotta start talking to yourself like that. You gotta start talking to yourself like you're a beautiful person. And if you can't say it to yourself, if you can't call yourself beautiful, if you can't call yourself amazing, you need to ask yourself, what am I doing that's causing me to not be able to say these wonderful things about myself, yo? Because all of you are amazing. You just have to see it. You got to see it in your mind, and it will literally, and start treating yourself like it. And it'll reflect in your reality, bro. It'll reflect in your friends. It'll reflect in your decision. It'll reflect in your girlfriend, your boyfriend. The only reason why you have a toxic boyfriend is because you have been toxic to yourself your entire life. You have hated yourself. You treat yourself like ass. You have nothing to offer yourself. And you think somebody gonna come out here and give you all of that. Don't let the world define you. You define yourself to the world. If somebody projects this pain on you saying I'm fat, saying you're fat, you're ugly, you say, no, I'm not. That's not who I am. You don't believe them. You tell the world who the fuck you are. No one's gonna tell you who you are, period. So if you're gonna tell the world you're not smart, if you're gonna tell yourself you're not smart, if you're gonna tell yourself you don't deserve nothing, guess what's gonna come back to you, bro? Guess what? So some of you might be wondering, yo, why is everybody treating me like shit? Why are my boyfriends treating me like shit? Why are my girlfriends? Because subconsciously you are allowing it. Because you have never, ever given yourself any positivity. And when somebody wants to be positive to you, you don't believe them. You're like, oh, he's bullshitting. Or you push them away from you because you are constantly building what the hell you are familiar with. So you got to start being familiar with success. You got to start being familiar with positivity. You got to start talking to yourself positively. You got to start believing in yourself. You got to start loving yourself. They never taught us to do this shit, but we got to do it. You can't don't believe anything these motherfuckers tell you out here. These people are hurt. People hurt people, bro. So you don't have to believe nothing. All you got to do is start giving it to yourself. Start loving yourself. Start looking at your life and going, man, look at all these wonderful things I've done. I'm amazing. Now you don't got to get validation from anyone. Because a lot of you dependent on everyone to define who you are because you have not defined yourself. And it's the reason you keep getting into all these negative situations. Because you are literally a walking negative situation, bro. And it's not even your fault. You went through these traumas, but you got to heal, bro. You got to go and do your shadow work. You got to confront yourself and start choosing yourself. You have to confront yourself and be like, man, what's going on in my life that's keeping me from feeling amazing about myself? You got to really look at yourself first before you look at everything else, because we are creators, bro. We didn't come here to suffer. or we didn't come here to go through no fucking pain. So don't create that shit for yourself, y'all. All right, man, I'm out to the gym, man. Peace out. Love y'all.